let's just dream for 1 second. I mean, if you could take control, what would you want to see done to launch any sort of peace process, and what would you want the outcome to be?
What peace process? I mean, it's very difficult to dream at the moment. My dream used to be, before this all broke out in October 2023, my dream was to actually go back to my home in Gaza to visit and to take my children who were born just a few years ago. They've never been to Gaza. They've never been to Gaza. I was born and raised in Gaza my entire life. All I wanted was to take them to my bedroom to see where I lived, where I grew up. And that was my dream. Now that's impossible because my home no longer exists anymore. And the entire strip is now in ruins. At this point, whenever I hear talk about the two-state solution, it's a fantasy. It's a slogan that gets recycled to maintain the illusion of diplomacy and the illusion of a path for peace rather than a real or viable political pathway. The reality on the ground, both in Gaza and in the West Bank, points not to a stalled peace process, but to the systematic dismantling of any framework that could lead to a sovereign Palestinian state. You know, we've seen, I don't need to talk about what's happening in Gaza. We've all been witnessing it. The whole world is witnessing not just mass suffering, but the destruction of a people, complete destruction of a people. Palestinians in Gaza have been bombed. They are being starved, killed trying to access aid. The infrastructure of Gaza is in ruins: homes, schools, hospitals, roads, universities. And it's all the result of deliberate policies and a strategy to ethnically cleanse Gaza and make it unlivable. And at the same time, in the West Bank, the Israeli settlement expansion has accelerated. Armed settlers pretty much operating with impunity and under the protection of Israeli military. They're displacing entire Palestinian communities. They're seizing land. They're reinforcing this apartheid reality that makes the idea of a contiguous Palestinian state next to Israel logistically and politically impossible. And even more telling than all of this is the open rejection of the mere idea of a sovereign Palestinian state by all the key leaders within the Israeli government. We're not just facing some pause in negotiations of a peace process. Yeah. It's a complete collapse of any framework for a two-state solution.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't see the two-state solution happening. Yeah. It's neither just nor viable.